It was a bitterly cold December morning in Chicago when Michael Harris, a wealthy entrepreneur known for his chain of fine dining restaurants, stepped out of his sleek black car with his girlfriend, Sophia Carter. The icy wind cut across the nearly empty shopping mall parking lot, carrying with it the smell of snow that was about to fall. Michael adjusted his coat, but it wasn't the cold that suddenly froze him. It was what Sophia said the moment her eyes landed on a boy sitting on the sidewalk. "He looks like your dead son," she remarked casually, as if commenting on the weather. The words sliced through Michael like a sharp blade. His heart seemed to stop, and his breath turned shallow. It had been 5 long years since he had lost his son, Daniel, to cancer. He had buried that pain deep inside, but now, with just one thoughtless sentence, the wound was open again. Michael's eyes stayed fixed on the boy. He couldn't look away. The boy was about 10 years old, exactly the age Daniel would have been today if he were still alive. His curly brown hair, the way he tilted his head, even the cautious curiosity in his eyes, it all mirrored Daniel so perfectly that Michael's chest tightened. The boy sat on the cold pavement, holding a piece of cardboard with shaky handwriting. "Hungry. Anything helps." His oversized coat was clearly a donation, and his sneakers had holes that exposed his toes to the winter air. Sophia tugged at Michael's arm. "Come on, the restaurant will be crowded by now. Let's not be late." But Michael couldn't move. Something about the boy, something beyond the resemblance, pulled at him. As if sensing the attention, the boy stood up slowly. "Sir, do you have any change?" His voice was soft, polite, but carried the weight of survival. Sophia took a step back, as if poverty itself were contagious. "Michael, let's go. Don't encourage these people. They just want more money." But Michael barely heard her. His mind replayed images of Daniel helping out in the kitchen, dreaming of becoming a chef like his father, always smiling despite chemotherapy treatments. He had the same intelligence, the same quiet strength. "What's your name?" Michael finally asked. "Ethan, sir. Ethan Brooks." At that moment, Michael felt something break and something mend inside his heart. Ethan wasn't just a homeless boy. He carried himself with the same dignity Daniel once had. The same ability to shine, even in the darkest moments. Sophia groaned. "Enough, Michael. You're embarrassing yourself. Let's go." But then something happened that silenced even her. The wind scattered a bundle of papers from the arms of an elderly man struggling with grocery bags. Without hesitation, Ethan ran to help, carefully gathering every page, returning them, and even lifting the heavier bags back into the man's arms. He asked for nothing in return, just offered a shy smile before returning to his spot. Michael's throat tightened. There was kindness in this boy that reminded him of the man he himself used to be, before grief had hardened him. Sophia, impatient, snapped. "This is ridiculous. You're wasting time on a dirty child. People are going to think you've lost your mind." Michael ignored her. He turned to Ethan again. "Where do you sleep?" "There's a shelter a few blocks away, sir. When it's full, I stay by the mall entrance. It's not too bad. It keeps out most of the rain." Sophia sighed dramatically. "Great. Now you know his sad story. Can we please go?" Michael noticed the boy's belongings, a thin blanket, a worn notebook, and a broken pen. Curious, he asked, "What do you write in that notebook?" Ethan hesitated, glancing down. "Stories, things I imagine. My mom taught me to write before she—" His voice faltered. "She passed away, lung cancer, 2 years ago." Sophia scoffed. "Here we go, the dead mother story. They always have one." But Michael looked into Ethan's eyes and saw the raw truth. The pain was real, familiar, the same kind of pain he carried. "Do you still write?" Michael asked softly. Ethan nodded. "Yes, about families, about kindness, about children who have parents who love them. I know they're just silly stories, They're not silly, Michael interrupted firmly. Dreams are the most important thing we have. Sophia threw her hands up. That's it! Michael, if you don't come with me right now, we're done. You can play social worker with this street kid, but I won't stand here like a fool. For the first time in years, Michael felt clarity. He looked at Sophia, the woman he thought he loved, and realized he was staring at a stranger. He saw nothing but emptiness in her shallow heart. Ethan, uncomfortable, whispered, I don't want to cause trouble, sir. Maybe I should go. No, Michael said, placing a hand on Ethan's shoulder. Have you had lunch today? The boy shook his head, embarrassed. Then come with me. Sophia's face turned red with fury. So this is it? You're choosing this nobody over me? Fine. We're finished. She stormed off, shouting for everyone to hear. When this kid steals your wallet, remember I warned you. Michael felt a weight lift from his shoulders. He turned back to Ethan. I'm sorry she spoke to you like that. Ethan shrugged with a maturity beyond his years. It's okay. I'm used to it. At the restaurant, Ethan's wide eyes revealed both awe and caution. He studied the menu carefully, clearly trying to choose the cheapest dish. Michael smiled. Ethan, order what you want, not what costs the least. Today you deserve to feel welcome. As they ate, Michael learned Ethan studied at a public school at night, often ranking top of his class, despite working odd jobs during the day. He spoke English, Spanish, and was teaching himself French from old books. He even showed Michael a short story he had written. Simple, yet powerful words full of hope and imagination. Have you ever thought about college? Michael asked. Ethan laughed softly. Sir, I can barely afford food. College is for other kids, not me. Michael shook his head. Ethan, college is exactly for someone like you. That very afternoon, fate intervened. A professor dining nearby overheard Ethan speaking fluent French and was so impressed she offered him a chance at a scholarship program for gifted students in difficult circumstances. For the first time in years, Ethan allowed himself to dream bigger. Tears filled his eyes. Mr. Harris, no one has ever believed in me like this. Michael felt his own voice tremble. Ethan, I once had a son. He was just like you, kind, brave, full of dreams. I lost him, but maybe meeting you today is the universe's way of giving me a second chance to believe again. That winter morning marked the beginning of something neither of them could have predicted. For Michael, it was a return to compassion, to love, to purpose. For Ethan, it was the first real glimpse of a future that stretched far beyond the cold sidewalk where he had once begged for change. And as they walked out of the restaurant together, Michael thought to himself, even in the darkest winters, hope can bloom again, like spring finding its way back to the world.